Hi gang, welcome to CTS1150. It's computer maintenance and repair. Now, when you log into the course, you'll see this video. I don't have it loaded up yet because I'm recording it now. We've got a list of all the course learning outcomes, the modules when they're addressed, covered, and then you've got student resources. Now, I've already marked some things as reviewed so I can see what's down below. But until you go through and do what I'm about to show you how to do, you won't have access to the course content, the modules below. So let's go click into the Start area, the Student Resources. And the Student Resources overview, got listed the things that are in this module. And if there's a star next to it, look for the Reviewed button and click it. If there's this icon next to it in the list, that means it's third-party content. It's a MindTap resource. It's another website you've got to access. You'll set up a MindTap account. Once you click any of these MindTap links, you'll set up your account using your palmbeachstate.edu email address. The content is linked to that my course content here in Blackboard is linked to the course content on the third-party site. So you'll click on these links, it'll take you out there. You complete the work, it sends the grade back to me. You should use Google Chrome. It's not saying other browsers won't work, but for now, that's the most compatible with that website. You need to have pop-ups enabled because that is a pop-up that comes up when you click on the links. So here's our table of contents on the left, and this is just a list of the resources you've got available. Okay, I don't see any mark reviewed there. Let's go look at the next one. And here's a welcome, and this is welcome to CTS 1150. What the course is about, what we're doing, and there's those course learning outcomes again. That's what we do in this course, is everything that's there. You learn how to do those things. Okay, here's a list of the prerequisites, which there are none for this course. Computer requirements, skills that you should walk in with before we ever start. Okay, if any of these things you don't have access to or don't know how to do, reach out and we'll find a way to resolve that. Here's why I set up the course the way that I set it up, the resources that I use. And here's a lot of who's. Financial aid, advising, the Center for Student Accessibility, the SLC, they're resources way beyond tutoring. And even in online courses, they've got tutoring available to us. Now we've always got tutors online here to the left, but you're limited on what you've got, whereas the SLC, it's a whole lot more robust. And there are people that, depending on the situation, you can go sit down and have a conversation with them. So here's a help desk for MindTap if you're having issues there. Student password reset for Palm Beach State. In this course, I've got something that's called an assignment support forum. It's a discussion that will last the entire term. I only require that you post in there 3 times. Not 3 times each week, each module, whatever. 3 times for the whole term. That's just for the assignment support forum. It is a graded discussion. And what it's for is a place for you to go help others and others help you. Share ideas. None of these courses are without any stress or confusion. So this is just one more mechanism to try to reduce the stress, avoid confusion, and get to know the people that you're working with. The people that you're in this class with, one of them may help you get your next job. And this is a way to get to know people that you are in this course with. Okay? When the course is over, you're not going to have access to me. But you could have access to these people. So, you know, they say in life, a lot of times it's who you know, not so much what you know. I don't have to know everything. As long as I know somebody that's got the answer to that question for me, I can reach out to them when I need. That's a resource that is, it's so important. Absolutely important. So here's some more links to different resources. How do we communicate? I said pop-ups are required. How do you submit the assignments? I've got an ELO 1000 course that I need you to take if you haven't taken it already. It takes about 2 hours to complete it. Everything you need knows in here, and another link I'll show you in a little bit. I've got a policy when it comes to late work. I call it my had a bad day policy. I don't accept late work, makeup work, extra credit. We've got enough work in this course as it is. There's no sense in creating more work. I dropped the lowest 5 assignments in this course for my had a bad day policy. Had a bad day? The 5 scores, the lowest scores that you've got, get dropped. I dropped the lowest test score, the lowest discussion score, and the lowest reflection score. Here's the wheres on different things where you can download software, get the textbook, whatever it may be, and the whens. Mark reviewed, and then we move to the next. Scroll to the bottom of each one of these pages and make sure it's marked reviewed. Marked reviewed. Now this is ELO 1000. Here's how to go about registering for ELO 1000 if you haven't done so already. Same way you go register for any other course at Palm Beach State, except ELO 1000 is free. Takes about 2 hours to complete it. I need you to complete it if you haven't done so already. Next page. This is one of those third-party content pages in the overview that you saw earlier. And you'll click that to launch it. If your pop-ups aren't enabled, nothing will happen. Simple as that. First time you click that, go register your product if you've already purchased it. If not, create your account. You've got a few days of trial period where you get free access. When that trial period runs out, you won't have access unless you've registered a product key. Okay. There's another one of the same kind of pages. Each one's separate, distinct, different kinds of information they're giving you. And when we get to this page, this is probably one of the most important items that you're going to run into. This is the course schedule of due dates. On specific day, these items are required, but they're not graded. On this date, these items are required, and they are graded. On that date, at 11:59 at night, these items will close. So they have to be done by midnight of the due date. If come midnight, they're not done, you won't have access to them anymore. All right. So with that said, we need to scroll down to the bottom of this thing and mark it reviewed. Click, move on to the next page. If there's any confusion about what's due and when, what I'm looking for, reach out and ask me. Got a link over there, course mail, send me a mail. You can send it to my palmbeachstate.edu. If you do, make sure that it says I'm in CTS 1150 section, whatever it is, so I know which class we're talking about. Okay. Student introductions is a discussion. It's not graded. It's another place to get to know people. Create thread. Say intro for your name and tell us about you. I mean, I don't need a bunch of personal information, but it's a way for you to get to know other people that are in the group. Right? Like I said, these people that you're in the class with can be a valuable resource for you moving forward. So here's the assignment support form. Like I said, 3 posts through the entire term, not each module. They need to be substantive posts. Don't just go in and post, Jim, great job, I like what you said. There's no substance to that. If it's an earnest question, I'm having a problem with this assignment. Every time I do this, this happens. That's substantive. And if somebody else comes in and says, here's how I resolved that, blah, 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 that's substantive. You're bringing something to the discussion. I like what you said, Jeff, is not substantive. We'll mark that reviewed. We'll move on to the next one. If you want to get into that discussion, you just click to launch. Okay. Here's a mandatory assignment. I need you to do this. There's no grade associated with it. This one and the next one are similar to ELO 1000. ELO 1000 gets you ready for Blackboard. This environment, the entire environment we're dealing with here. These two things, Advanced Hardware Simulation Prerequisite and Live Virtual Machine Lab Prerequisite, they will help you get ready or understand how to interact with MindTap resources. So there's two kinds of labs you're going to interact with in MindTap. Going through these two links will get you through that, get you ready for it. Okay. So now that I've clicked those as reviewed, I got access to the rest of them. I can click on Module 1 and go see what's in Module 1. Got a bunch of things in here. Okay, there's a bunch of stuff in here. Now, this course is half the size that it was. This one I've got it focusing on the hardware. Taking computers apart, putting them back together, understanding how they physically work. I focus more of the software in another course. We do deal with software to a degree in here, but the primary focus in this course is the hardware. Being able to take a computer apart, understand how it works, and put it back together. Repair it, if you will. Okay, so by the end of this module, here's the things you'll be able to do. That's the objectives for the module, the course learning outcomes that I talked about before that we're dealing with in here. So the review and practice, these things aren't graded. They're labs for you to go through. They're information to help you understand the industry certification exam that is associated with this course. This course prepares you for one of the CompTIA A+ exams. There's two, Core 1 and Core 2. This one gets you ready for the hardware aspect. Okay. Now, like I said, these things are not graded. They'll help you get ready for the graded items. So you see what we've got ahead of us. You've got a discussion, assignment support form. It's not graded until Module 10, but you got access to it here. There's a test, and that test is in Blackboard. There's labs, and then a reflection. Okay. Now, in this table of contents, we can go look and pop our way through this stuff. Let's start off with the discussion. If I click the launch, it'll open up, and you don't see anything. Well, you've got to create a thread first. And you can pick which one of these 5 topics you want to respond to. And you say your name, main post, and then respond to whatever it is. Discuss issues that you've seen, but whatever. What's the difference between AC power and DC power? Why is it important? 100 words minimum. Okay? You pick the topic, and then you share about it. Once you've posted your main post, then you can go respond to 2 others, but you can't see others' posts until you posted yours. Here's the rubric on how I'm grading it. So your main needs to be at least 100 words. The responses need to be at least 25. If it's over 50 words, I'm not going to get upset about it. I'm not going to knock you points for it. Okay. That being said, let's look further. Assignment support form. We talked about that already. Module 1 test. The module tests are in Blackboard. They're not in MindTap. So if you see a quiz or a test or something in MindTap, that's a practice test. Stuff in MindTap is labs. Okay. So you'll click that. That'll start the test. You can take these tests as many times as you want. Okay? Many times as you want to take them, you can take them until the due date. Once that due date hits at midnight, okay, it's carved in stone at that point. You can't retake it. it keeps the highest grade, not the last grade. We've got labs. These labs are all in MindTap. You click on it. Like I said, there was 2 prerequisite things that we talked about from that student resources section that will help you get ready for these labs. And then the last thing we've got in here is a reflection. Now the reflection is something new to the course. And for the reflection, it's a document that I want you to upload. It can be Word document, text file, WordPad, Notepad, or a PDF. Whichever format you want to use. But it's something you'll upload. Okay, you'll click Browse to my computer, click your document, upload it. In your document, you'll have 2 sections. The first section, what did you learn from this module? For this one, it's the Module 1 reflection. What did you learn from Module 1 that you feel will be most important in the future to you or in your career? So what's the most important takeaway from all the concepts that you covered in Module 1? Which was the one that really, you look back and you say, wow, that is huge for me. I'm going to use that a lot, or even if I only use it once, that's a deal breaker. That's something that I really needed to know. And on the second section, and they're 2 separate sections, put some space in between them on your document. How smoothly did this module go for you? Include any difficulties, misunderstandings that may have taken place. If it was really smooth, let me know why it was smooth. What helped the most? What made it easy? What made it comfortable? What made it to where the things just clicked for you? Did you find something outside that helped you? If you did, let me know. I can share that with others. I'm always trying to make this course better, and that's why I did this the way that I did it. Rather than waiting till the end of the term and the course is over for you to look back on however many weeks, 6 weeks to 16 weeks of content, and say, oh yeah, I remember that one thing. With this, we're doing it in each module. What worked, what didn't work, what can we do to make it better? Okay. With that said, if you share something with me, it may pop up in this course this term, if not this term, next term. Okay. So you'll upload that. Now, if I go back and I look at that first module, go back and we'll go look at all the modules. We've got a total of 11 modules if we don't count the student resources module. And each one, you'll see the topics that's going on in there. They're structured very similarly to what we just saw. See there? Looks so much alike. I try to keep everything the same. If I back up, we look at Module 11. It's the very last module. And in Module 11, I've got this. There's a final exam practice. So you can go take this thing as many times as you want. There's no credit. The practice for the final. Move forward. Here's a video that is associated with this A+ certification course. It's a study guide. It's a good video to watch to help you prep for the exam if you decide to take the exam. The exam's not required in the course, but this course is designed to prepare you for that exam. So here's just one more resource to help you. Move forward. Here's the final exam. 100 multiple choice true-false questions. Covers all 10 chapters of the textbook. You got 2 hours to complete it. Timer starts when you start the exam and does not stop if you leave. So if you start 2 hours from that point in time, it will lock. If we move forward, this is something that if you've had my classes, you've seen it already. At the end of the term, they've got in PantherNet a way for you to evaluate the course, give feedback on it. I'd rather not wait until the end to get my feedback from you. I'd like to know at each module. But the course eval, the institution wants that at the end. So that I help them get the information, the feedback from you. I'm going to give you 2 points if you go complete the evaluation Grab a screenshot of that splash screen when it's all done that says you just completed a survey or evaluation for this course. Complete the eval, grab a screenshot of it, upload it, 2 points to your course grade. So if you had a 79, you gave me the course eval screenshot. I don't want to see what you said, just that you did it. 2 points. That'll take you from 79 up to an 81. This has changed grades for people. Just filling out that feedback. Take your time. If I'm going to give you 2 points for it and your course grade, at least take the time to be honest and sincere about it. Okay? So with that said, back up, look. That's what we got going on. I've got a calendar. The calendar is only for Blackboard stuff, not MindTap stuff. The MindTap stuff, you'll see here in the course schedule of due dates. Remember I said, this is one of, if not the most important pages, documents, files in the entire course. This is how you know what is expected of you and when. These are the graded things that you need to have done. Okay? So the fact that you went through and clicked, reviewed, means you're aware that these things are due on these dates. So there shouldn't be any, I didn't know that was actually due on that date. It's due on that date by 11:59 because at midnight it will close. Okay? So if you got questions, shoot me a mail, whether it's in the course or it's in palmbeachstate.edu email address. Either way, I'm accessible. Okay? I've got tutors, tons of resources. We'll get through it. If you're in this July 13th start group, we got 6 weeks. A lot of work to get done in 6 weeks. I traditionally teach this class in 16 weeks. Okay? But it is smaller content, less content than it was a year ago. So with that said, I'll see you soon.